appears like this. Okay, then normally what you would do, the first thing you would do is click in here on the update settings table to come to this table where you would specify your income heads. Okay, and then specify, for instance, another level or a lower level of the detail on that income head. For instance, I have a number of software I sell. This is the hotel records business. Rather than type the names. Now the software needs that because in order for it to generate reports, it actually needs you to spell the names exactly as they appear. And that includes even these items you're looking at here, these entries here. Now you take a look here, you see support service delivery. That does, I mean, this is not consistent with what you have. A car fuel, these are expenses. Support service delivery is an income head. So for you to see the income heads, you click sales income here, and then this changes. And you can immediately see support service delivery becomes available. That's if you want to use it in cell. Now, how do you use it? It's simple. You've loaded the form, you need to make an entry, reload. What it does is then goes right to the next available row on the line, that on the table that has not been had an entry posted into it. In this case, we have 5th of September here. I'm going to delete that. I designed the form in a way that it allows you to almost do virtually everything without having to touch the spreadsheet at all. Then I want to make an entry, so you click the checkbox there, and then I say, okay, let's start with sales income. Okay, now who's going to get the entry? I click on this. That selects it. You notice it selected the column for recipient, and then so who's giving me the money? Okay, so maybe it's Medin Hospital, for instance, and then I type the description. Maybe it's support for reinstallation or something. Maybe they had a crashed computer and I had to go in and restore. Now you notice the expense outlet drop menu disabled, so it makes sense for it to be like that. I found out that sometimes the user might just go ahead and post. Now let's assume I want to now post for expenses. What I do is I click reload form, and then I go back and I click the entry type, and this time around I want to post for expense. Okay, and maybe this time around the item is maybe generator fuel or something, I don't know. Then you come here and then you look at, okay, what would that be? Maybe purchases. Okay. Just something to use. Maybe I bought fuel of 1,000 naira. Okay, and basically you notice that the cash inflow fields are disabled, so you don't make a mistake posting to the inflow end, and that's it. Now you could go to the next row and then repeat. If it's the same, if you have another entry which is at 1,000 naira, repeat that. Okay, if it's another operating expense entry, you repeat that. If you want purchases to repeat, you repeat that. You know, so it makes your life easy. Let's assume we're done. What do we do next? You just click the main menu form, and this time around you say, okay, you have a number of options. You can go to the daily report, you can go to the monthly report, and then you can go to the query interface. What you could go to the daily report. I generally don't come here in 2008. Now if you look here, it's a breakdown of how each of the different areas of activity I was into. You can see I made a lot of money from building applications for people. I mean, well over 300,000 that year. And then you can see consultancy and facilitation, BOPMS, and then I had a support service delivery. And then you see all the other ones are much smaller. Reinstallation, the sale of my other software. And then if you look here at expenses, you can see the big tall bar there for family support. I tried to capture money I was giving to my wife at that time, you know, that didn't come from other channels. And you can see a lot of it there, you know. And then you have the purchases and PR, I don't know, medical. I can't even remember what these are about transportation, recharge cards I bought for my phone, the fuel for my car, which did a lot of work at that time. You know, so anyway, you could preview here, and you get to be able to print this out. I think I introduced this second set of graphs much later on, so I don't think I have a means to print them just for on-screen viewing. Then you could come here and do this query. You could query for a particular month. You want the graphs below there, and it doesn't give. Okay, let me see if I can get something. Okay, you can see the chain there. Watch this. This is 14,850 for car fuel. For expense, if I change this to October, you can see it becomes 12,800. You know, and then the graph, you can notice the graph at the bottom is plotted. This is just a printable one-page report. Just if I wanted to analyze, if you want to analyze what happened on a particular date, you would use this interface, and then